All right, 2 more weeks, 14 days to Expo 2020. Just thought I'd give you a couple of updates from people who share information with me. Now, if you go as per media, UAE is it went and MBZ met Boris, and they're talking about 1 point some billion worth of investments and all that. I keep reading, okay, you're going to make so much of investment. Then, when you read the old episodes, the old news, US and UAE have agreed on $1 billion investments. Then UAE and India have agreed on $1 billion investments. UAE and Pakistan have agreed on $1 billion investments. They talk about it in the news, $1 billion, and they are going to invest in these sectors and all that. But after the news is put and whoever is in power, after that there's no news. We don't know. See, here's the thing. You announce billions, but then who knows what is happening? I'm not saying there's nothing happening. Like, I'll give you a small example. Remember the $1 billion partnership that UAE and Oman agreed on, building Oman, the port and the Corniche and the infrastructure, the roads and all that. They announced billions of dollars. Okay. What happened? Call up any of your contacts in Oman. Speak to the people in Oman. They'll tell you it was just namesake, the announcement. And then they had this period of 5 years. Nothing was happening, and now they've cancelled it. Okay. The billions of dollars of investment, the hundreds of thousands of jobs, nothing. Now, in India, they announced billions of dollars of partnership. What happened? You remember when B.R. Shetty used to boldly say, okay, we're going to invest billions of dollars in India, UAE, Middle East. Yusuf Ali, billions of dollars in UAE and all around. In fact, just Google search this. There was this UAE entrepreneur. They call themselves entrepreneur. He was planning to invest, buy off 100,000 Bitcoin or something like that. And he got this publicity in the newspaper, and he was standing with his arms folded and the suit and tie, and he's going to seek venture capital investments to purchase Bitcoin. What happened to them? See, this is the thing about a newspaper and hype. You make all these big promises. In the end, did you do it? You didn't do it? Who knows? Okay, so that is the first news. The second big news is Emirates is employing 3,000 staff, cabin crew, and 2,000 some staff, ground staff, and 1,000 pilots, and they are throwing a lot of numbers. Now, are they employing? Yes, they are employing. They are mostly employing the staff that they threw out. It's like you treat people like shit. You terminate them via SMS, via email, via come collect your paper, and you come there, you see a lot of people standing there. Take your paper, fuck off. You treat people like that, and now come, welcome back. But now what is the problem here? They're giving revised salaries. Your salary is not like before. In some cases, they've even had up to 30% less, 30. In some cases, they're not offering the other perks. Like one guy was telling me that his salary is low. The other one, they were offering accommodation in one particular area Now they have taken them to another particular area which is even more crappy. In some cases they had, like room to themselves or something. Now it's sharing. So obviously cost cutting is still going on. Now it sounds very nice. 3,000 people, welcome back, we are growing. Yeah, but what are the salaries you're paying for the same job? And obviously you'll be made to work 2 or 3 people's jobs. This is as per one other gentleman. He told me there are less people in our department and we are supposed to do now like 2 people's work, which again is cost cutting. Okay. One other individual, obviously they don't want their identities to be revealed. What she told me is she's occupying a slightly higher position. She said that when you go up this, these Emirates dedicated offices, the whole building is Emirates, you'll see plenty of empty rooms, empty departments, even sometimes empty floor. And oh, look at this number of ants. Oh, fucking colony, man. Oh, they are going to that garbage. Okay, today is shouldn't stamp them. Okay, so it seems that what? Floors are empty, and the funny thing was, one of them even told me that they have employed us, but they still lost what we are supposed to do. It's like they're still, trying to pull their shit together, as they say, Okay, so that's as far as Emirates. But it's good, at least some job is better than no job. The sad part is many who left Emirates, I mean, they were hurt, they were upset that they got treated like shit. And they're going back to the same job, but lesser salary. I mean, you really should value yourself a little bit more. But then again, who am I to say? If you're comfortable, you're comfortable. Okay, so that's as far as Emirates. Plenty of people from abroad are now targeting UAE. Plenty. Before it was always India. Third world countries are finding it a little hard, like Pakistan and Bangladesh. Nepal, they're finding it very hard. But people from the UK, Europe, from the West, many inquiries, many people are asking me. I tell them, see, listen, end of the day, it's money. Money talks. So you see what contract you're getting. But if they are my client, obviously I go through a little bit of detail. But I always tell people, generally, if you're getting a better opportunity, go ahead and see. There's no harm. Okay? It's not that UAE is like, Guantanamo Bay or something. UAE does offer a lot of perks. So check it out if you're good, and especially if you're good at your job, why not? Okay. Now that is with regards to job. The next one is the number of people who have opened up businesses, consulting companies, freelance visas has increased. And I know this because they, not only send me messages, they are asking what are the loopholes or how do you go about. And this hype has, I think this demand has increased because of the Expo 2020, the work that has increased with Expo 2020, and the contractors and consultants who are involved in Expo 2020, they're under tremendous pressure. Huh? You have to deliver on time, especially when it's Sheikh Mohammed's project. You cannot delay. You cannot have even if they ask you last minute changes and say scrap this entire building and build a new one, you have to do it. So they are under a lot of pressure. Now, in stark contrast, if you speak to the lay people, I asked friends of mine and relatives, they're like, we don't feel any expo, nothing. We just go about our normal day to day. And I asked some of them, are you going to go to expo? Most of them didn't show any excitement. So that's as far as the people I know. I don't know, are you excited? Are you like, oh, Expo 2020, oh, I'm going to go there? Okay, YouTubers, influencers, and they, out of the dialogues I've had with them, they, of course, they have applied for media partnership and media permission and media badges and all that, and they will be very busy. What they're trying to target is just to showcase, like something new is happening. But now the challenge, which when I spoke to these guys was, I mean, you have nearly 6 months of Expo 2020. What are you going to do each and every day? What are you going to launch each and every day? What are you going to create excitement for? How long can you keep the excitement? So the only solution or answer there is cater to different crowds and keep hyping up things. Special instructions have been given to people who are on social media, what to post, what not to post, and everything will be strictly regulated. Security has increased tremendously. I spoke to some of the hackers and these military guys and all that. So obviously you can't share a lot of stuff. Hey doggy, my dog is managed to break free and dancing in the mud. Okay, anyway. The contracts have increased a lot. You remember they were saying that they're going to pay very big salaries to coders and all. That's all bullcrap. I found out coders who are working freelance and who are working remote, they get paid hardly anything here. And so the question is, why should someone pay a very big salary when they can pay less? In fact, my old clients, they've been offered jobs. Hey doggy, you have to go back. Don't go playing around. Some of my old clients have been offered temporary jobs. But here's the funny thing, they are offered temporary jobs but with just 6 months or 8 months visa, and then after that you have to get out of the visa. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Why would anyone change a 2-year or 3-year visa to a 6-month or 8-month visa and then be in a limbo? On top of that, the other horrible thing is the salaries that they're negotiating. It's some of them are really taking advantage. Like, I was surprised to know an Australian company who was offering a salary to one of my Indian clients. The guy is qualified, the guy is experienced, the guy doesn't want to take nonsense. But the salaries that they were offering him was half. He was like, no thanks. And then they actually chased him. They actually chased him to come join. Then they increased from half, 60% more, 70% more. This is, I think what they... See, I've always told you people that keep your self-respect. Don't sell yourself for cheap. And if you are in doubt, always remember, no Gora, no white skin with a white passport is going to work for an Indian salary. Okay? Or Pakistani salary or Bangladeshi or whatever. You know that. Then why do you want to do the same work and work for cheap? Obviously, I'm not saying charge in US dollars, but have some self-respect. If you were getting $10,000 before, why do you want to take less? No, you have to. Okay, agreed. There will be some shameless idiot who will take it for cheaper. But then it's up to you, man. I even told my client, listen, it's finally up to you. You want to go cheap? You go cheap. But remember, when you're taking a contract job, especially for 6 months or 8 months, the challenge over there would be that you'll be made to work like day and night, 7 days a week. Because there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of work. It's not a relaxed, casual. They have to get the ROI within that 6 to 8 months. So there'll be a lot of work. Then, did I miss out anything? Yeah, a lot of freelancers applying, a lot of new licenses being issued, and this normal hype. We'll offer this visa, that visa, and in the papers you'll every day see, okay, this film actor got 10-year visa, that film actor got. Who the fuck cares? It's like a person who can afford a Rolls Royce easily, you're offering them a Toyota. Who the fuck cares? In terms of business and investors, they are offering them plenty of perks to come down. From free tickets to first class. One of these guys who's like a well-wisher of my channel, he has been offered first class tickets, first class, and free accommodation. All he has to do is come down, and they want him to engage. He's an investor, so he was offered free this thing, first class stay, I think visa, this, that, all. I'm pretty sure the big guys, bigger he's anyway big, they'll be offered much extra perks. You want someone to take care of you? Special massage? Oh, what about, do you want some free gifts? We can give you some free gifts. Take some free gifts. Oh, you want this laptop? Oh, you want this smartphone? I know some of my, I wouldn't call them friends, but delegation, you would say, from Africa. When they come down, oh, they want a lot of these free gifts. I want this girl, that girl. Oh, by the way, my daughter likes this laptop. Not 1, 4. My sister wants these phones, 3. So this businessman, friend of mine, he says whenever this African delegation comes here, some of them high-ranking officials, oh, they have a lot of brothers and sisters who they have to take gifts for. But then again, this is part of business. So overall, if I were to summarize, I would just say that at least something is happening, okay? Rules will change for the COVID testing. As in, they are keeping a very strong eye. But like I told people, you want to travel to the Middle East, make sure that you have both the jabs, keep a safe distance, follow rules, because it's government regulation. Be careful what you post on social media. Don't post anything stupid. There are certain keywords you should not use. The minute you type those words or use those words, automatically you'll be tracked. And when you're going to these locations, these places, remember, it'll be crawling with CIDs, FBI, no, not FBI, what am I saying? CID, Criminal Investigation Department, undercover police officers. You cannot even spot them. They will look like normal. You will think he's a Bangladeshi, he's a cleaner, he's a sweeper, it's a lady, she's just enjoying. They're actually undercover, security. And not security, you're talking of intelligence officers. So they'll be high level. And all these apps and all that, what they offer you, those are tracking devices. Okay. So anyway, these are the updates that I want to give you from people that I know. Maybe the next one I'll give you is 1 week before Expo. And let's see. As of now, it seems to be a very subdued affair. Let's hope everything goes well. And let's see. Fingers crossed. This is what I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know your thoughts. This is me saying ta-ta. Take care.